This dialogue is from a film which is considered a milestone in every which way. It's called Mughal E Azam. It was released in the year 1960 and later re-released in complete color version as well in the 21st century. But it almost became a metaphor for putting extreme efforts for little details. Peak detailing is something that we hear today with movies like Dhurandhar. This was the bap of peak detailing. So I have heard people, when you're taking too many takes to give a simple shot, the director might say, "We're not making Mughal E Azam, let's get on with it." So that is how high it is kept in the minds of people. The funny thing is, I found that most people in the millennials, Gen Z, Gen Alpha have heard of Mughal E Azam, but have not seen it. Probably one of the reasons is probably the earlier black and white version wasn't good enough. So even if you're watching it, please go to either the Eagle YouTube channel or the Z5 YouTube channel and watch the color version. It's 2 hours 56 minutes long. Don't watch the black and white version. Not worth it. So people have heard about it, not seen it. Another reason could be the language used. The language was very, very deliberate and Persianized Urdu. Most people won't understand it. But if you go beyond the language, if you just look up the important words, you will find that there is a lot of clever writing here. I'll give at least 8-9 examples on this blog if you keep following me from this film alone. There were 4 writers in this film. Kamal Amrohi, who should have been called Kamal Amrohi, but he called himself Kamal Amrohi. Of course, the guy who made Mahal and all. Great writer. Then there was Wajahat Mirza, another underrated writer, great writer. Ehsan Rizvi, another underrated writer. And Zeenat Aman's father, called Aman. All these 4 people contributed. So who exactly wrote which dialogue, I wouldn't know. But these 4 great people did a great job. That much I can tell you. So try and look beyond the obvious Persianized Urdu. In fact, there was an interview in which Javed Akhtar said that probably Akbar actually spoke in Haryanvi. Something like "Mare dhore nahi hai, idhar ne hole," something like that. He probably spoke in a lingo which is closer to Punjabi, Haryanvi kind of a lingo. But because we saw Mughal E Azam, in our minds we have completely brainwashed now that if it is Akbar or any of the Mughals, they would be speaking like this. Ba mulahiza, ba adab hoshyar, something like that. Persian was the court language, I'm not saying it wasn't, but there is this entire thing that goes on about the language. But anyway, let's come back to the movie. So as you know, this is about the romantic story of a Notch girl, Kaniz that's called, which is not a Notch girl, she's more like a dasi, more like a maid. And although they also dance, so can't take that away from that, called Anarkali. And that's also a name given to her by some king. If you see the earlier Anarkali, you will find that her original name was Nadira. But in this, they don't mention Nadira at all. She's Anarkali throughout. So let's stick with Anarkali, which is played by Madhubala. And the prince, Salim, played by Dilip Kumar. They fall in love, and obviously the emperor, Zille-Ilahi Akbar, Jalaluddin Akbar, doesn't like it. So he has Anarkali incarcerated. But then he realized that he probably can do better than just plain incarceration, because that has made his son rebellious. So he tries to make another attempt to intimidate her into letting go of her dalliance with Salim. So Anarkali is brought before Akbar, bedecked in chains and manacles. And Akbar tells her, that is Anarkali, that she will have to forget Salim. Tujhe Salim ko bhulna hoga, he says in that deep, constipated baritone, which has become almost synonymous with Akbar for some strange reason. Every time somebody has to act Akbar, he has to make that constipated noise. So Anarkali says, "Bhulna hoga?" As if she didn't understand. Of course, she understood Urdu. This was also not difficult Urdu. And Akbar thunders, "Yaqinan, और सिर्फ इतना ही नहीं, उसे ये भी यकीन दिलाना होगा कि तुझे उससे कभी मोहब्बत नहीं थी." And here comes the beautiful writing. See, writing also exists in layers that makes you think, what did he just say? And what a beautiful way of saying. So Anarkali wistfully says, जो ज़बान उनके सामने मोहब्बत का इकरार तक न कर सकी हो, वो इनकार कैसे करेगी? The correct line is, जो ज़बान उनके सामने मोहब्बत का इकरार तक न कर सकी हो, वो इनकार कैसे करेगी. What a lovely line. I mean, I haven't been able to confess my love for him, acknowledge my love for him. How am I going to refuse my love for him? What a line. It's so layered, so beautiful. You might not be able to use it anywhere, but some lines are great just because they exist. There'll be many lines like that. Some lines you'll be able to use it like a zarbul misal or a proverb or a muhavra. You'll be able to use it. Those also I'll point out. This is written, as I said, by 4 people: Aman, Wajahat Mirza, Kamal Amrohi, Ehsan Rizvi. 1960 movie Mughal E Azam. Spoken by Madhubala. To Akbar, that is Prithviraj Kapoor. And if you're looking it up on YouTube, go to the timestamp 1 hour and 21 minutes. That's when the scene starts. So after 20-30 seconds, this dialogue will also come. Beautiful line. जो zabaan unke saamne mohabbat का इकरार तक ना कर सकी हो, वो inkaar कैसे करेगी.